今日は先週予告したお煮しめの作り方を紹介したいと思います。
This week we're going to be showing you guys how to make nishime.
そう、お正月はさ、おせち料理に欠かせないのがお煮しめ。それで、私は東京出身なんだけど、やっぱ日本でもね、地方によって味付けとか作り方とかはちょっと変わってくると思うの。でもまあ、私流の、煮しめをご紹介いたします。
Similar to the US, I guess. So, in Japan, depending on where you're located, the flavor palettes can differentiate. And so, mom's from Tokyo, so her flavor palette might be a little more similar to that. But this recipe is so good, so we really hope you guys give it a try.
はい、では、ビデオの方でご紹介していきます。
Yes, we'll explain everything in the video. This is our Japanese New Year meal that Mama-san put together. We eat this meal every year on January 1st to ring in the new year and to bring in good luck. This box in the middle here is the nishime recipe that we'll be going over today. And just for the fun of it, we wanted to show you the other dishes that Mama-san prepared for us. So these are the ingredients that we'll be using, and they've been all prepared for us. So Mama-san will be going through how to prep each item here.
まずはこんにゃくを切っていきます。厚さ 0.5 ミリぐらいにスライスしていき、上下を開けて真ん中に切れ目を入れます。
So the first step is to slice the konnyaku really thin like this, and then you'll be cutting a little thin slice down the middle, but not through the whole piece.
このこんにゃくの真ん中に切り込み入れたでしょ。それでそれを端っこを通してこういう風にねひねっていくの。そして鉄なこんにゃくを作ります。
This looks so cool. So after you cut the slits through each konnyaku, you'll be twisting them and flipping it around, and it looks like a little tie, like a little knot.
こんにゃくを下茹でします。
Next, you'll be boiling the konnyaku for about 30 seconds. Once that's done, you'll be straining it, and you can leave it on the side for now.
次は里芋です。六角形になるように切っていきます。
Next, we'll be cutting the Satoimo, which is a taro root. We'll be cutting it so that it has 6 sides like a hexagon.
ボウルに入れてその中にお塩を少し入れます。お芋のぬめりを取ります。
Next, you'll be putting the Satoimo in a bowl and sprinkling some salt over the top. The salt helps take away the stickiness of the Satoimo.
お塩が全体に行き渡るように混ぜてからお水で洗い流します。水気をよく切っておきましょう。
You'll be mixing this around for a little bit, and once that's done, you'll be putting it in a bowl of water. You'll be rinsing this out to take away the salt and putting it on the side to air out.
お次はごぼうです。包丁の背の方を使って皮を削いでいきます。
The next step is to prepare the gobo. You'll be using the opposite end of your knife to kind of peel away at the skin here.
左手でごぼうをくるくる回しながらやるとすごくやりやすいです。
The best way to do this is by kind of spinning it around as you go, and because it's a long piece of gobo, you'll be working your way up. So just follow this technique here.
大きめのボウルにお酢を少し入れます。そして冷水を加えましょう。そこでごぼうのアク抜きをしていきます。ごぼうは乱切りにしてこの酢水の中につけてアク抜きをします。
The next step will be to pour a little bit of rice vinegar into a large bowl. You'll be also mixing some water into that bowl as well. And then you'll be cutting the gobo into small pieces like this, but make sure you're cutting them at an angle, like this. Just follow Mama-san here.
ごぼうの乱切りは左手をくるくると回しながらこのように切ると簡単にできますよ。
The best way to actually cut this is to use your other hand to flip the gobo around and then make cuts. That way you don't have to keep repositioning your knife in a certain angle.
次は人参です。皮を剥いた人参を厚さ5ミリぐらいに切って型抜きでお花の形にします。それをナイフを使って中央に切り込みを入れていきます。そしてお花が立体的になるように細かく切り刻んでいきましょ
う。The next step is to peel your carrots and you'll be slicing them into thin cuts. You'll then be using a stencil to cut out the shape of the flower, and to get a little bit more detailed with the carrots, you can actually use your knife to make some cuts through them, kind of following Mama-san's instructions here, but really this makes it look really pretty and more real. Wow, look at that. And now you have to do both sides, so be prepared for that as well. So here are the two carrots for you guys to see. The top ones are the ones used just with the stencil, and the bottom carrots are the ones that Mama-san carved out a little bit with more detail. These are all the ingredients laid out here. There are 3 ingredients that we prepped already beforehand, and that's the chicken, the shiitake, and the lotus root. Mama-san actually prepared this lotus root by hand. It looks like the shape of a flower.
里芋をフライパンで炒めていきます。そして醤油とお酒で下味をつけたチキンを別のお鍋で炒めます。
Cook the satoimo on a separate pan first, and then you'll be moving on to cooking the chicken that's been marinated in shoyu and sake.
続いてごぼうを投入します。
Next, you'll be adding the gobo once the chicken has been cooked through a little bit.
軽く炒まったらそれをボウルに取り出しておきます。
Once that's cooked a little bit, you'll be moving it to a separate bowl.
続いて同じ鍋に油を注ぎ、レンコンを炒めていきます。
Next, you'll be putting some vegetable oil into the pan. Then you'll be adding the lotus root. Look at how pretty these lotus roots are.
レンコンが軽く炒まったらボウルに出しておきましょう。
Once you've cooked the lotus root for a little bit, you'll be adding this into the bowl that you put the chicken and gobo in.
さらに油を足して次はしいたけを炒めていきます。
Add a little bit more vegetable oil to the same pan, and then you'll be throwing in the shiitake mushroom into it.
続いて同じ鍋でこんにゃくを炒めていきます。
In the same pan, you'll be cooking the Konnyaku.
すべての材料を軽く炒めたら、それをきれいにお鍋に戻していきましょう。
Once everything's been cooked through a little bit, you'll be placing everything back into this pan. You can place them nicely and in this order, the same way Mama-san's doing here as well.
続いてお水を入れていきます。材料がかぶるくらいまで入れましょう。そして合わせておいた調味料を加えて煮ていきます。
Next, you'll be pouring water into the pan. You'll want to cover the ingredients just a little bit. And then you'll be adding this mixture as well. We'll be adding the ingredients in the description box below, so check that out.
そして落とし蓋をして煮ていきます。
Next, you'll be adding wax paper to the top of this pan so that it'll cook a lot better.
人参はお水、だしパウダー、砂糖を入れて煮ておきました。きぬさやは下茹でをしてます。
The carrots were prepared by putting water, dashi, and some sugar into a pan. And then the next step is to plate everything. And here we are with the final product. What did you guys think about this recipe? Let us know in the comments below if you guys have any questions, and we'd love to see you guys make this at home as well. Please feel free to tag us on our Instagram, Miho Emma in Hawaii.
そう、エマさん、煮しめの作り方どうだった？
楽しかったけど there's a lot of steps involved. So it's a lot of fun to make nishime. There's a lot of steps involved, but the ingredients that you use, it's not too complicated. So I think the most challenging part is like preparing the dishes, like cutting everything.
そう、野菜切るのがちょっと難しいよね。
難しい。
でもまあそれはさ、おせち料理用だから、やっぱ綺麗に作った方が見た目も綺麗だし、なんか美味しそうじゃない？でもまあ自分家で作るんだったらただここに切ってもいいと思うし、ただね、そういろんなやり方があるので、ぜひ皆さんも作ってみてください。
Yeah, definitely give this recipe a try, and also try to cut all the vegetables like how Mama-san explained it too. It's a longer process, but honestly, it's so yummy to eat something that you've worked hard on. So give it a try. It was so good. Thank you for teaching me, Mom.
はい、じゃあ今度は来年はエマさんが作ってくれるそうなのでお任せしたいと思います。
She said that next year I'm going to be making that, so I will try my best. I don't know if I'll be able to cut it as well.
みんな聞いてるから聞いてるよ。
Oh gosh, yeah, they're all listening. Got it. Okay, I'll try it next year. Maybe. I don't know, you might be disappointed though.
大丈夫大丈夫。
Alright, well thank you all for watching. We really enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That really helps us out. We do love creating content for you guys, and so show us some support, like our videos, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye!
ありがとう。